Money in Me is proudly brought to you by NGS Super, a leading super fund for Aussie teachers.
Money and Me with Biz-E the Bee. Biz-E starts to save.
Biz-E, this honey cake is scrumdiddly. Thanks so much for inviting me over.
Honestly, Biz-E, this is the best honey cake I have ever had. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you end up being a baker when you grow up.
Ooh, I've got it! I can hold a cake stall to earn money to pay for my mobile phone.
Ah, yeah, brilliant.
Okay then, Bryce, that will be $200 for the piece of cake you just ate.
Biz-E, I don't think that's fair.
No.
You're gonna have to do some research for this one.
Yeah, Amanda's right. The first thing to do is figure out how much it will cost to buy the ingredients. And I'm sure Mama and Papa B will lend you the money for those, but then you'll have to pay them back.
Yeah, and then you'll have to do what's called market research. So you want to find out how much other places are charging for a slice of cake. If you make yours too expensive, like $200, and no one will want to buy it.
That's for sure. And then you'll need to do what's called marketing. How will you get the word out that you're having a cake stall?
I'll make a sign and put it up on our street. And I'll ask Mama B to send emails to all our family and friends.
Good one.
And, I'll give free samples to the kids at school the day before.
Wow, you're thinking like a real entrepreneur, Biz-E.
What?
An entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who sets up their own business instead of working for someone else. There's a bit more stress involved, but you get to keep a lot more of the money.
Beautiful. Money for me equals mobile for me.
Wow, Biz-E, that cake store was amazing. Good on you for baking 5 cakes, and you sold out. I saw that you were charging $4 a slice, so how much money did you make?
I got $200, but I do need to pay Mama and Papa B back for the ingredients.
Wow, $200 in sales. That's impressive.
Thanks, Amanda, but it's nowhere near enough to buy the mobile phone that I want.
You worked so hard on those cakes, Biz-E, but there are other ways you could make some more money. Lots of kids do different things.
Yeah, like you could offer to do jobs for your neighbours, like mowing lawns or walking dogs or washing cars.
Yeah, and Mama and Papa B might even pay you to do some extra jobs around the hive.
And you might not be old enough yet to babysit, but you could be old enough to be what's called a parent's helper. You play with the little kids so that the grown-ups can get some stuff done at home.
You could also collect bottles and cans and cash them in.
You can make crafts and sell them.
And you could go through your books and toys and have a garage sale. I bet there are younger kids out there who'd be happy to buy the things you don't use anymore as long as they're in good condition.
I'll be right back.
I think she's on the job.
Look at all the people at Biz-E's garage sale. This is fantastic.
Yeah, oh wow, my little niece would love this 3-wheeled scooter. She's just getting big enough. How much, Biz-E?
Well, it costs $50 brand new and mine is only 1 year old. So I'll do you a deal, Bryce. You can have it for $20. That's a huge saving.
Wow, Biz-E, you've learned so much about the world of money. I love that you researched how much each of your things cost new and then put a realistic price on them for used.
Excuse me, how much is that 3-wheel scooter?
$20.
Oh, I've only saved up $15. Never mind.
It's okay. You can have it for $15. That is, if Bryce doesn't mind.
Well, I think you wanted a lot more than my niece does. That's fine with me.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Mum!
Biz-E, I love that you're including charity in your financial plans. Most grown-ups do that too.
Charity? What's charity?
Well, it's when you give help, usually money, but not always, to someone in need. Whenever you donate to an organisation that's helping other people, that's called giving to charity.
For example, lots of people donated money to charities that were helping Australians affected by floods and bushfires.
And many people give a set amount every month to a charity, not because of a disaster like a flood or a bushfire, but to always support something that they believe in, like a homeless shelter or an animal rescue or even a sports club that gives scholarships to kids whose families might not be able to afford the fees.
So, people work really hard for money and then they give it away? Why?
Well, because a community in which everyone is safe and has their needs met is a strong community. We give things away to make our community better.
It's a little bit like treating other people the way that you would like to be treated. You'd hope that if you hit hard times, someone would help you.
Although, hopefully, you would have saved some money to get you through a small difficulty. Putting aside savings is really important, Biz-E. Lots of adults follow something called the 50-30-20 plan. So they spend 50% or half of the money they earn on their needs. That's all the stuff we talked about at the supermarket, food, electricity, clothes and petrol.
30% is then for your wants, which could include wanting to support charity, and 20% is for saving. People might be saving to buy a house or a car. They'd probably keep those savings in the bank. And if they're saving for retirement, which is what happens when you finish working, they'd probably put it in a superannuation account, which kind of forces them not to touch it until they're older.
But it's ages until I get older. Am I supposed to follow that 50-30-20 rule too? Mama and Papa Bee pay for all my needs.
Well, I hope you tell them how grateful you are, Biz-E. It's up to you, but maybe you'd like to set some of your money aside to save and some to give to charity before you buy your mobile phone. Do you have enough for the phone you want now?
Brand new phones cost well over $1,000. Did you really have that many toys and books to sell, Biz-E?
No, but I've had a great idea. I got it when I was setting up the garage sale. I can buy a used phone. They're heaps cheaper.
Wow, Biz-E, you have really come a long way. Remember when you wanted to ask the Reserve Bank to just print you money for your phone?
I think you could say I was financially illiterate back then.
Bryce, why don't you join us when we buy Biz-E's phone? There's still a bit for her to learn.
I'd love to. This special Squiz Kids series is proudly brought to you by NGS Super, the leading super fund for teachers in independent education.
These episodes are edited and engineered by Carter Quinn.